Hello everyone, I'm going to go off the rails here a little bit for Severe Weather Awareness Week because the Great Lakes play a pretty significant role in Michigan's severe weather. And not a lot of folks talk about this. So I want to talk about why exactly that happens and why we are so unique. So we have a westerly motion, obviously, in the atmosphere. That's typically the way our weather comes, right? West to east. So that means it goes over the cold water of Lake Michigan in the spring. And sometimes, obviously, it's colder than others, but hot, humid air can cause those storms, especially over areas like Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota. They don't have anything holding them back. It's all land over there. Their lakes are not an influence, neither are the rivers. But that warm air and that upwards rising motion from that warm air, well, it moves over the cold water. So that kind of cuts off that upward motion because you don't have the land heating up. It's not going to 80, 85 degrees. The water, and around this time of the year can be 40, 50, 60 degrees, which is, foot numbing cold out there. So it cools off the whole thing and you just kind of lose that lift that you need. So of all the ingredients for severe weather, lift is technically one of them. So that will cause storms to generally collapse, but also the ice cover. And obviously this year we had a record low amount of ice cover, but I want to show you this, and this just looks a little more complicated than it actually is. Focus on the white line. The white line is how much ice cover there was. So we'll kind of start off in the middle here. That's about 50%. So less than half of the lakes were ice covered on the years down here, almost 100% for a couple of the years up here. Now the red is almost directly opposite, right? Well, that is the spring and summer temperature departure. So this is really interesting because on the years with a lot of ice, summers are below average. Years with not a lot of ice, they spike up, and it is almost exact. There's always exceptions, but it is almost exact. So not only do we have lack of ice going for some hotter weather this summer, which can increase our severe weather chances, we're also on the backside of a nearly record strong El Nino, which also typically increases heat and humidity, which could also lead to some storms. So I just want to put that out there that we have a couple different things going for us. But look at this one situation from May of 2017 and June of 2018. Look at all the severe weather to our west, and as it moved east, it didn't get us at all because Lake Michigan gobbled it up. Same thing with this one, and again, this was June 2018, and there's numerous scenarios where this has happened before, where we just have like a hole over us. Now, we can see around us severe weather over these different couple of years here. Our states down to the south that were not influenced by the Great Lakes, significantly higher. Michigan is noticeably lower than everyone else because of the Great Lakes and how they kind of shield us from that severe weather. And you can see here, blending it all together, well, same thing. Michigan's down at the bottom for a reason, and it's because of the Great Lakes. Now, lastly here, I don't want to totally say that everything is going to be totally different, but climate change can cause some very intense snowfall as well, like what we've seen the last several years. When we do have it, we're getting buried. We've had twice as many extreme snowstorms now compared to 1900 to 1950. So severe weather for the Great Lakes can definitely be knocked down, but with climate change, we can have more severe winter weather coming our way. So a lot to keep in consideration there for Severe Weather Awareness Week.